Hello everyone, I'm Vixen and welcome back or welcome to my channel. Today I will be going doll thrifting, which I'm super excited about. My first stop today is the Springfield Antique Center. I was pretty surprised to see Monster High dolls in the very first booth that I looked in. All of them were wearing mismatched outfits and I didn't see any that I was particularly interested in, but it was nice seeing them anyway since they're sort of uncommon in antique spaces. I do eventually want LED, she is on my list for sure. There were some vintage Barbie dolls around the corner and I really liked the one in the orange swimsuit in the front, but I passed on her so I could keep looking. When I looked up at this booth, I recognized the horse from the Headmistress Bloodgood set in Monster High, but it was the wrong color, so I'm assuming that someone painted over it. There was this cute Cabbage Patch cheerleader doll and a few other random dolls in here, including this Holiday Tinkerbell, which I thought she was really pretty. And then there was also an MC Hammer outfit for a doll as well. In the back of the antique center, there was this wall of random toys, and I came across this doll who I believe is a boxy girl. And she looked like she had all of her stuff except her shoes, but I passed on her because I'm not actively collecting these. There was this really cute My Little Pony carrying case, but it did look like it had been smushed, so I left it behind. There was a big corkboard full of LOL Surprise dolls and a bunch of Disney figurines. There were also some Doorables below me, but I'm not super interested in those. And as I walked over here, I saw that there was a couple little bins of miscellaneous toys and doll accessories, which was really exciting. I started digging through the My Little Pony bin, and these all looked in great shape and they were all $1. There was definitely some fake ones in there, but otherwise they all looked in great condition. And over here I spotted there's a little Octonauts guy in here. I can't remember his name, but I loved him as a kid. And then there were also some Barbie accessories in here, like the McDonald's toys, and there was also this little tiny Barbie purse that I pick up in just a second. And it is so adorable. I could picture me as a young kid absolutely loving that. And then in the bin on my right, there are some little woodsies and calico critters. This fox is adorable and he's so chunky. I thought about getting him, but passed because he didn't have any clothes on. And then I looked down and there was this ginormous bag of dolls for $20. So I picked it up and I definitely wanted to sort through that myself. I could already see some Cave Club dolls and some LOL OMG dolls, and then I saw she's wearing Elsa's dress, so I was wondering if maybe there was an Elsa doll hidden in here, so I definitely had to check. I sat down to go through this bag and I immediately didn't know what this giant baby was, so I just put it on the floor. And then I think that this is a Frozen doll from the second movie. I am not familiar with what this character's name is, but their outfit was actually very cute. I think they're missing shoes. And then I see there's a Kristoff doll when he's a kid and he's also missing a shirt. And then there's an adult Kristoff, and this is a super weird molded on shirt, but his face sculpt is actually really accurate and I liked how this looked. I'll definitely have to keep that in mind if I want to collect Frozen dolls. I kept digging through here to see if I could find that Elsa, but on just a glance, I didn't see her, which was really disappointing. But there was this, I think her name is Miss Sunshine, this LOL OMG doll, and she was in really good shape. She had her whole outfit and everything, and she had the scrunchies. And I think this is, oh my gosh, Lady Diva? That's probably wrong. And then I see there's a couple Cave Club dolls in here. I'm not entirely familiar with these. I think that they're supposed to be having shoes. So they're all missing shoes. And then there's this one, and I am not familiar with what brand this doll is, but her face is stunning and she has those tracking eyes, so she was definitely interesting to me. I think this is the Speedster LOL OMG doll. I never realized she had a tattoo on her arm. But then I keep digging through this and it's just more Cave Club dolls and LOL OMG dolls. I eventually did decide to pass on this bag of dolls. They were all honestly in pretty good shape. It was just that I'm not actively collecting any of these. I was really tempted by that random Frozen 2 boy doll, but I figured if I was gonna get that entire bag, I should leave it for somebody else who would appreciate it more. And then I also noticed that there's this doll in a Stitch outfit right at the bottom there, and I didn't recognize this at first, but then I had a hunch and I realized it was the I Love You or ILY Disney line. And this doll's face is really pretty, and she had these realistic looking earrings, and so that was a really interesting thing to find at an antique center for sure. I also noticed these sunshine dolls from Hong Kong, and they were honestly terrifying, so I just put them back in the box because I definitely wasn't gonna grab those. This booth had several Barbies. I personally was looking for the Dolls of the World or any Disney themed Barbies. These were mostly the holiday ones, so I didn't see any that I was interested in. They were also really high up, so it was hard for me to see what was even up there. There was also this Barbie carrying case, which was super pretty, but a little too big for me. And then there was another My Little Pony and Ray doll, which both were very cute. As I was going through this hallway, I noticed this Monster High carrying case just sitting here randomly, and it was only $20, so I considered grabbing it, but realized the top and the bottom were duct taped shut, so I left it there. As I was about to leave, I was looking through these cases one more time and realized that I had missed something incredible. There's a Silkstone Barbie up there, and it was only $39, and I immediately ran to find somebody so I could get it out of the case and take it home with me. Here she is getting wrapped up for me. I am so excited. Sorry for the terrible car lighting, but I had to get a look at her, and she is so beautiful. I cannot believe I was this lucky. I am now at Route 68 Toys in Xenia, and there were a couple Monster High dolls up front, but again, there was none that I was looking for. There was a bin of Unicorn Academy and Miraculous dolls, which I hardly ever see, and there were some Descendants in there as well. As I looked up, there were a ton of Care Bears and Care Bear merchandise up here, as well as some My Little Ponies, Littlest Pet Shops, and other figurines. This display was super colorful, and I absolutely loved looking through it. There were more Care Bears to my right, as well as more My Little Pony stuff. I have never seen the figurines in stores before, so that was a really cool find for me. There were some interesting dolls in this case, like Batgirl and that random Michael Jackson back there. There was also a couple strawberry shortcakes, and above me was this very cute Barbie carrying case. I was honestly surprised at how well priced all the Littlest Pet Shops were. They were only $3 to $8, which I thought was excellent for, a mainstream store. There were a few She-Ra dolls in this case, and I was stunned to see a complete Sweet Bee and her horse over here. They were $135, but they were in such good condition. In the next room, there were tons of boxed Barbies, and I was so excited to go through them. There were 3 of these Harley Davidson Barbies, and they were all priced at $30, which I thought was really fair, honestly. There was also a gorgeous Sleeping Beauty doll, which this is my favorite Disney movie, but I felt like I could probably get her for a bit cheaper. I also really liked this Angel of Joy Barbie as well. There were several in-box Bratz. I especially liked the one on the far left, and I was really surprised to see Living Dead dolls in a store. I pulled this one out specifically because I loved the way that her hair was done. There were some Charmkins and other Care Bear stuff. There was also this boxed baby My Little Pony and that cute eraser. I have never seen so many in-box strawberry shortcake dolls. I was blown away, and I personally don't collect these, but every time I see how cute the accessories are, like, look at that little caterpillar thing, I'm so tempted. There were also several Polly Pocket sets. I loved the Disney Castle, and there were also some Lala Loopsy dolls, which I don't see too often, and 2 of the little Seawees. I also spotted a signed Gem doll and some Sky Dancers, and there were also some of those little Flatsy dolls as well. I regret not grabbing the 2 little guys in the boat because they were cheap and also so adorable. In Route 68, there were also huge bins that I could dig through, and this one was all full of strawberry shortcake dolls. I was really impressed by how cheap they were. They were only $25 a piece, And they all had their accessories, the brushes that came with them, and the pets. And I thought that that was pretty reasonable. I'm not really into the pricing of strawberry shortcake dolls, but I felt like that was honestly super fair. And look at this little baby strawberry shortcake. Oh. Next to the strawberry shortcakes was an entire drawer set of My Little Ponies. I personally don't collect My Little Pony, but if I did, I would definitely collect the sea ponies and the babies because I think those are the cutest. There were definitely a lot in here that caught my eye just based on the colors, but these were super well cared for, and the owner was telling me about how carefully they wash and treat all of these ponies, which I thought was so adorable. And all of the So Soft ponies in here were in really good shape, which is a rare find. There was also this Stranger Things collaboration with My Little Pony, and I thought this was so bizarre. I definitely wouldn't have thought that this would even exist. The last thing I looked at in here was some more She-Ra dolls and their horses. I also thought that swan was really cool. My final stop of the day was at Big Fun Columbus, and I immediately saw these Seawees with all their accessories and sponges, and there were more strawberry shortcake and My Little Pony in here, and there was a lot going on in this store. I couldn't believe how stocked it was. I always get really excited when I see loose Barbies, so I started going through these and saw a couple Dolls of the World, which made me really excited because I just started a collection of them. So I started rifling through them and saw the Dolls of the World India Barbie, which really tempted me. And she also had her stand, her shoes, and brush, which was fantastic. And there was also this Native American Barbie I was looking at. And I just kept going. There were also a ton of box Barbies like the Spice Girls and Wicked. There were also several princesses from the Dolls of the World collection, which I was so excited about, especially the Portuguese Empire one. I'm specifically looking for the Princess of the Danish Court, so I wonder if I can find that one. Behind me, there were more Barbies, like this Princess Jasmine, and some more Wicked dolls, and the Wizard of Oz set. Below, there were some more collector Barbies, and a lot of I Love Lucy dolls, which were really cute. I'm always really excited in toy stores when they have these boxed Barbies. Sometimes they're mostly action figure based, and there was this Rose Barbie, which was super gorgeous, and I love the background art on that. And again, there's more I Love Lucy dolls and another random collector under here. I did find the Princess of the Danish Court, but when I looked at her price tag, I thought $35 was a little steep for her, so I put her back. I did end up going back to these two Dolls of the World and decided that for $15 with their stands and everything, that was a great price, so I grabbed both of these. I am super excited to get these home and look at everything I got today. I am back from my thrift hunt and I am really excited to show you guys what I got today. So in total, I got 4 things and I will break down the prices of what I paid for them and what exactly they are. There is one thing in the back that I did not record because I got so excited about it, I just completely forgot. But I'll go into the prices I paid for everything and just tell you how I feel about them. So the first thing that I grabbed was this Native American Barbie. I absolutely love her face up. I think that her outfit and accessories are stunning. She does have some rubber band breakage in these hair pieces, so I will definitely put new ones in for her. And she also came with her stand, which I thought was great. And I don't have any Barbie stands like that, so I'm thrilled. And also from Dolls of the World, I got the Indian Barbie. This Barbie is so beautiful. Her hair also had the original tie in it, and the outfit is so intricate and beautiful. These are from the 90s, and I'm really excited to finally have a couple from that era in my collection. Now for the thing I didn't record, this is the Barbie Glam & Groom Pets Lily Cat. I have been looking for this forever, so I'm so excited to finally have it. Look at that cat. It doesn't even look like a cat, but it's so cute. And it comes with all these accessories for the kitty. Some of the stuff has fallen loose because this is from 1999, so the plastic is just worn out. But I got this for I think $35, maybe $32. And someday I'm definitely getting that dog. But I'm definitely going to do a video unboxing this because it is so freaking adorable. And then the piece de resistance of my thrift find today was this Silkstone Barbie doll. I still cannot believe that I actually found this. I thought I was dreaming. This is the Joy You Silkstone Barbie from 2003. She still has her hairnet in her hair, and the jewelry and hair accessories are beautiful. She has her stand, and she does have this teeny tiny little stain on her dress, but I'm very confident I can get it out. And for $39, who could pass that up? I have no idea. But I have my first Silkstone, and she is beautiful and in great condition. I cannot get her to stand up, so she's probably gonna fall over and die. And yeah, whoops, sorry. But I'm really happy with this thrift haul. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!